are you able to be as impressed with a pair of Goodyear welded shoes as you are with that hand welded shoe? For those of you that have followed the YouTube channel or followed me on Instagram for a while now, know that I am rather partial to hand welded shoes or fully handmade shoes. This video is an unboxing and a shoemaker spotlight of JoeWorks Shoemaker. This is an artisanal shoemaker that is in Japan. They've been around for a while. They're very recognizable on Instagram and a lot of the smaller shoe communities throughout the internet. I first stumbled upon JoeWorks about 3 or 4 years ago via their Instagram account, and their style, their silhouette, both of their photography and of their shoes is instantly recognizable, at least for me, and that's really what left a very strong impression in my mind about this shoemaker. In full disclosure, this is a collaboration between JoeWorks and myself. Now, JoeWorks doesn't necessarily need me to provide any credibility to them as a shoemaker. They have established that themselves year after year. Where I can provide value is in the opportunity for JoeWorks to kind of expand and be able to provide a more established international opportunity and market for their footwear. And we're going to start with this order proposal that James had prepared for me based on the email interactions that he and I shared designing this shoe. I wanted to get a hole cut lazyman on a soft square lath, so those two details were pretty straightforward. For the leather, though, I wanted a textured leather. I thought that would pair really well with this very clean hole cut pattern. I didn't want to go with one of the trendy options like a hatch grain or a kudu. This is why I chose the dark brown camel leather. This is an impeccable leather, and I'm really excited to share and highlight this throughout the video. Next, we have some of the finer details. The outsole, I wanted a leather sole, but I needed some additional just functionality. The Vibram heel and half sole was a no-brainer. For the lining, we wanted to kind of differentiate this from your normal day-to-day shoe, so I went with a navy lining. I really think it pairs well with the dark brown camel leather, and it just sets this apart. Even though no one's going to see it, it sets it apart for me. Lastly, just to round out the complete package of the shoes, I got the lasted shoe trees. I'll highlight those a little bit more later on. Looking at this shoe, I'm going to do a once over, just kind of highlighting the details that we just talked about a little more closely. And to be honest, it really came to life, and I couldn't be happier with the overall aesthetic and the execution of this pair of shoes. Honestly, there's a lot of detail I haven't really had the opportunity to fully observe or just kind of do my due diligence on and make sure I fully grasp and understand everything that went into this. So I need to do that before I provide kind of a deep dive overview or review of the shoe. I will provide a bit of a spoiler though. This is probably the best Goodyear welded shoe that I've seen from an execution and finishing standpoint. The aesthetic of this shoe and the form and function is something that I can really see kind of integrating in as a weekly staple for my shoe selection. The color is extremely versatile. This is a fantastic shade of brown, but the overall leather combination with the last and silhouette, I can really see it flexing up everything from a casual weekend or night outfit through to a more business or business formal office wear. This is something that can really go well in any and all settings. Here's the first time that I'm trying them on. I'm setting the flex point. I'll talk about that in another video if that's something you're interested in, but it's really just me making sure that they flex where my foot flexes, and that's about it. At the time that I ordered these, I didn't really have any reference point or additional sizing information for JoeWorks, but I did share my sizing information from other shoemakers like Mecariello and Gassiano and Girling, as well as sending my measurements to James so that he could kind of line it up with the last. We went with a UK 8, which is the same as Mecariello and Gassiano and Girling, and it turned out perfect. Now, this is just the initial try-on, but I'll continue to kind of document and compare them as far as the fit to other shoes and report back. It was very well packaged, a very pleasant unboxing experience. The cohesive theme, the color scheme, and the materials of the packaging, as well as the box, the tissue paper, it's all of what you would have wanted. The one call out, which isn't really a concern for me because I don't use them, but shoe bags. I know there are some strong opinions on 1 versus 2 shoe bag. For Joe Works, it is 1 shoe bag, or at least it is for the pair that I got. Again, not a concern for me, but I know some people will feel some way about that. As far as the quality and the execution, both on the customer service and the quality of the shoe, the interactions with James couldn't be more pleasant or more appealing. He was very thoughtful and very meaningful in any questions or follow-ups, and very timely with all of that communication. The execution on the shoe, again, I'm going to have to do a deep dive and really understand all of the details here, but like I said before, it's one of the best, if not the best, overall Goodyear welded shoe from a finishing and execution standpoint. They do have retailers in Singapore for Last and Lapel, the Sabat shoes in Sweden. The pricing there is around like $750 for a made-to-order pair of shoes. You'll want to reach out to them directly via email. I'm working on a up-close and personal deep dive review into a lot of the finer details here. There is just an endless amount of refinement and finishing going in here, and I want to make sure that I don't miss it, or on the flip side, that if there is anything inconsistent, I call it out. I'm extremely excited for this pair of shoes, and just as excited to hear what everyone thinks that's part of this channel. So let me know in the comments. Always appreciate the engagement in the comments on the videos. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, I strongly encourage you to join our Discord channel and subscribe to this channel. That type of engagement and support goes a long way in allowing these opportunities to take place. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this unboxing, I have a few other unconventional unboxings and reviews right here that you can check out. Thanks.